There we go. Stare at the camera. Here we go.
Me Swan videos.
Yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Bro, get out here. He shot me with a gun! I'm sorry, I'm upset.
Fighting Sigmar right now?
No.
He shot me.
I don't like y'all. Oh, y'all?
Y'all? Where are you from, dude? Y'all.
Sean, you don't say y'all. What the fuck?
Sometimes I do.
I don't
know.
I don't like y'all.
I don't say it like that. I don't have an accent. I don't have the twang, but...
My name's Sean AFK, and I read the Mistborn series.
Sometimes I say y'all. You guys have never heard me say y'all? Do you not pay attention to me?
I accidentally double-clicked the fucking thing.
Y'all listen here.
Y'all read this book lately?
Yeah, Mango, you know what I meant. I don't have a southern drawl, is what I meant.
Funny joke. I'm laughing because Tatsu's laughing.
Yeah.
It's been like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we've been going
We've been
pretty
going.
long.
It's been fun though. Can you stop fucking healing your Darmanitan? Jesus Christ!
I think he has 2 full heals on him.
No!
Which one was that?
I will lose. For fuck's sake!
Who's that connected to?
Oh my god! Route 2.
Please don't. Please don't. Oh.
Oh my god! They were at like above 60 HP! They had so much HP!
Bronzong.
I literally, he healed 3 times and then fucking did it. He just woke up and did it. He was asleep.
We'll never get more than 3 Pokemon.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This Toy Story characters.
I feel bad. I feel like if we did these earlier, I wouldn't be so fucking all over the place.
I feel
No, I feel like it would be around the same.
What does that mean? Oh, hey, Die Man.
Bo
Oh, what a
Peeps.
good conversation.
Bo Peeps' feminist makeover is a failure of Pixar. It rings hollow at Pixar. What's up, bro?
Someone new in chat.
Hey!
Reading about both.
Hey, hi man, what's up, bro?
Die Man, what's going on?
First time playing BL2. Really like the side quests, and I plan on completing all of them, but I find myself over-leveling more than the main quests. Is this a bad thing? Being over-leveled? Should I skip the side quests? Ask Zero. Zero, is it bad to be over-leveled? What do you think?
I don't even know if this is second or first-hand embarrassment.
The way I see it, you're gonna hit that level anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Tyler, I don't care. Go stream Pokemon.
What type is Darmanitan?
LJ sent me, bro, and you're still on Terranor. I can't believe it, but I'm like, go fucking kill your Pokemon, dude, alright? Me and Jason are gonna fucking destroy you when we race you.
Mike is
Darmanitan
Go
is
back
fire,
to your
right?
stream with that message.
Mike is so tilted, dude.
Good.
When your phrase started with go.
There we go. Holy fuck. That was close.
Like, oh,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
come
Fucking
on.
Boogan fighting for their lives. That was the first time Boogan's had to struggle. Boogan was like, I have to use 100% of my power? It's like, what?
Jesus Christ. Alright, back to Pokemon.
He's still haven't, is he close to beating it?
He's on he's on try 104.
100% gummy missions in KH3?
I did. Doesn't mean making them is fun.
Yeah, the best ones in the game are the ones you can't make.
Exactly! I can make my
those
cars
are
in
the
Banjo-Kazooie
constellations!
nuts and bolts.
You didn't beat the secret boss, fucker, did you?
I did. Look at
The
my
one with the tornado?
progress, dude. Get fucked, idiot.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking dumb bitch.
I got diamond sword now, bro.
Yeehaw! Hey, how's it going, baby gamers? How's your day going? Welcome to the stream where I read. It's gonna be reading. It's a visual novel. At least this Prelude is. Let's just hop on in. I don't know if it's too loud yet, but we'll figure it out. Jeez, that is kind of loud. Using a new coffee mug. I mean, it's not new. I've had it for like maybe 3-4 years, but I've never used it before. It's really cute though. It's Pachibari from Overwatch. I don't know how to drink out of it. Coffee. Okay, let me create a fucking thing here so that I can properly read this. What's going on? Windowed projection. Toss that bad boy over here. And it's photosensitivity warning. Alright. Oh shit. Yo, Swirls with the resub. 7 months, dude. That's a long ass time. Fuck, my ears. Not raincoat, kid. Ghostwire Toyko, Prelude to Corrupted Case File. How's it going, Swirls? New game. Who's this man? Rinko. God damn it, Rinko. Erica? This is the game I was playing last week? No, it wasn't. What did I play last week? Oh no, that was Neon White. This is for the next Bethesda game. Not really Bethesda. It's by the guys who made Evil Within. They're making like a first person. It's not a horror game. It's an action game with horror elements, I guess. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all over Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How's a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled The Kirigaoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of the dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and son left behind and like 2 molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. Once I finish reading this section, I'll show you the trailer for it. It's pretty cool. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime, a group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at the very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. That's the guy from the game. He's the guy who takes over your body or whatever, something like that. Okay. Let's see. How do I get this on screen? Are you? Evil Within was alright. I like the second one better than the first. You're just fucking hitting them with the shit, dude, with the magic.
皆さんこんにちは。ゴーストワイヤー東京で
Action adventure. Welcome to Ghostwire Tokyo, a supernatural action-adventure thriller set in an eerie, haunting vision of Tokyo, with explosive first-person
You like parries and shit?
and dangerous monsters at its core. After nearly all of Tokyo's population mysteriously vanishes, the city is flooded with supernatural creatures.
No.
Our story begins here, in the fallout of the vanishing.
The
You
vanishing.
awake in the deserted streets of Tokyo, with an unknown voice inside your head and strange, elemental powers coursing through your veins. Possessed by a mysterious spirit named KK. who has
KK,
his own
we just
agenda.
heard his name in the visual
We need to
novel.
work together to unravel the truth behind the disappearances and save the city from this twisted nightmare.
Not the Slenderman.
In Ghostwire Tokyo, you'll harness an arsenal of powerful abilities through a mystic art known as ethereal weaving. Channeling raw ether, such as wind,
Yeah.
fire, and water. As the story unfolds, you'll learn to upgrade and master these abilities based
No,
on your
not
play
Fat
style,
Man.
incorporating powerful core grabs
Stealth kills and shit.
and perfectly timed blocks, all to devastating effect.
Pretty cool looking. You can get weapons and stuff. Alright, back to the story. Where's the projection at? Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. Oh, hold on. I need to switch that over to there. It's called the Kirigauka vanishing. He reaches to himself the best he can. Did I just read this? Felt to protect them. Worse he felt. Soaked into the bone. KK. Oh, I can pick. That's why I read it again. Okay. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Marunochi Vanishing. Marunochi. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Marunochi. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contact told me was that they saw a woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. It wasn't until I met them, and until my encounter, that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of a woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so as long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found a missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork this was either. I finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. What happened to the other one? In these posts, a kid had found something, or rather someone called KK has been looking into monsters in this part of town. A believer, just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means that KK is an expert, maybe the expert, in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story post and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm going to ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Okay. Is that gonna be an easy thing to do? Open in fucking Google. The Ghostwire. Tokyo. Dear Mr. Investigator person. Dear Mr. Investigator person. Hello, how are you? I'm not good and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. She zeroed in on one of a dozen monitors from across the makeshift command center stuffed into the cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data files across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow, through all of these screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's messages catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all day by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy, people are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk, presses play, and as audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan. Vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. Yo, what's up, Ed? If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though I speak purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is... Want me to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day. At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. Gonna shoot over to KK. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. That silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it. ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. The city pop Elysium. No, this is the prelude to Ghostwire Tokyo. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy Newell's. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Answers? Let me guess. Be risking my life and limb? That why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Ha. You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. You need backup. You know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. A simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to those phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so... Well, hold on. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get to it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. I get to choose? Why can't I pick myself? Let's talk to Ed. Ed, I'm betting you have a file on this already. Got a file on everything. Funny you say that. I have files dedicated solely to listing subjects that I don't have more complete files on yet. Want me to pull them up? Just give me the highlights. Unfortunately, what I know about the legend of the manhole girl so far is that it's just that, a legend. There may not be anything else to know. It appears to be a story passed around by kids at sleepovers. Wouldn't be the first time something that isn't supposed to be real attacked me in a dark alley. If you're worried, maybe it's time to return to fieldwork. When I wear my hat, I blend right into the Tokyo crowd. Funny, I would have never remarked you as a Tokyo native. Then again, the place is absolutely crawling with tourists, isn't it? Thanks for the insights. I'll take it from here. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he's very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With the head, arms, and body, it makes a shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota expects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding, despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down and he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to a scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You're a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Kind to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries. Right? KK. Maybe. Detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees a social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain. Why is Korn adding me? Hold on a sec. Okay. Excuse me. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, KK, but I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigator, kid. Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearances at the manhole. Here's the thing. I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. I still got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sosuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motioned to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota's bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back toward the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened? The moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there's been something spookier around, like a kind of fog or darkness. But it came and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alley behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going down in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Press for more info, call the kid's bluff. Let's be nice. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sasuke's been missing for a full 2 days. Everyone's been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sasuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where this Sasuke pal of yours disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. Erica, what you got? Erica, you're natural when it comes to intuition. What does your gut tell you? I can feel something out there for sure. Something that threatens good people. Something that he would embrace. The details aren't clear. I can only see the shadows of a vision. But that's not important. I know it's him. I know we need to act. Right now. Nothing else matters. We can't let another child disappear. Another family get torn apart. You need to help him. There's still time. You know, kid, you're stronger than you have any right to be. And you got the scars to prove it. If we don't look out for people like Ryota and Sasuke, who will? This is our mission. Ryota? Time to find Sasuke. Let's go fucking find Sasuke. Nothing looks out of place, but things are really what they seem. KK slows, but deliberately reaches his hands out. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hands out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hands down into the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Yo! Like I can see his soul moving. A strange trail floats in the a strange trail floats in the view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eyeline down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. You're too young for it. To take a risk like that and change your life forever? The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Pachimari. KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats desperate to stay alive, with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether. As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. That'd be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Mr. KK? Are you okay? Huh? Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. Right down the alley we go. The report on Rico's computer setup flashes on the screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold on something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. What is it now? You just received an alert. There's a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Remember, saving more lives is the only thing that matters. Erica feels it. I feel it. Hell, you don't need an infinity to know what life is circling the drain out there. Know that life is circling the drain out there. Fighting back's all we got. I want to be there and help you myself, but I understand why you can't wait any longer. But just know you're my inspiration to keep going, like you did. I mean do. Erica, inspiration can get you killed if you're not careful. Passion is nothing without strategy. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. Alright, Ed. The hunger I had to solve this case is as good as any science experiment you could conduct to get to the bottom of it. Ed, how many times have my instincts been proven right by all your high-tech gadgetry? That's not something I keep tally of. The purpose of my work isn't to prove you right, but it happens all the time. I'm out in the streets, pressing in the darkness, trusting my instincts. I can't be waiting for you all to download a software update. I feel like you're trivializing my work quite a bit. Of course, I'm extremely thankful when I can assist you, but my primary goal as a scientist and a paranormal investigator is much greater than any individual day-to-day goals. That's exactly my point. We all need to focus on what we do best, and what I do best is not wait around. We can all agree that you're no good at that. I must say, I quite admire your grit, and I do not envy the stress that a city like Tokyo must place on a detective who just wants to do his job. However, I want to remind you, in nature, a lone wolf typically isn't alone for long. They are alone only until they find a new pack or become prey themselves. That may be factually correct, but sure as hell takes the coolness out of it. I can't disagree with that. Just try and act cool in the most responsible way possible. Our pack is stronger with you in it. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. Damn, the attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realized that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. More memories? Oh no! Headless Girl and Slender Man. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures into some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. He tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those crystals? Those ether crystals. Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back. Might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK without hesitation stretches out his hand out towards the crystals. Wait, stop! Stopping is not an option, not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches out, all the way out. The crystals. Those are crystals from the game. He was dragged into the manhole. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to the manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point of whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sosuke? KK looks around again, and finding nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. The spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place. The spirit might be a spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibakure. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down here? Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters, as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know. What are you doing here, specifically? At this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around, just having fun, alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So, just being neighborly, eh? Yes, no, not making friend, protecting, but he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. This isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster? A monster? The Inspector points downward. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as though he just... KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull off the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me. Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe. Not safe. Monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who you calling, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Client services? Sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt, and juggling, work, and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighs, a long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end of course they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he'll always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Rinko. You, Rinko. Nobody I trust more. The way you looked at Erica, you get away with young people, I just don't. Talk some sense into this kid. Make him give me the space I need to get the job done. Put him on. Ryota holds Keki's phone to his ear, happy to make another new friend. Yes, Miss Ghost Hunter? No, Ryota, this is Rinko. I'm the one who first read your message about the friend Sosuke. We're going to find him. You just have to trust us and listen to us. We also need your help. Will you help us? We need a new deputy for our paranormal investigation force. Yo, Corn with the 7 months.
There's a new sheriff in town.
And it's you. A deputy? Like a real deputy? Yes. Perfect. You're now official task force lookout. It's a tough job, and not just anyone can do it, but I believe in you. I'm sending an alert to your smartphone right now. Every 5 minutes, send me a message and tell me what you see. Even if it's just normal stuff. I'll do my best. But you need to stay right where you are. If you go anywhere, that wouldn't be good task force lookout work. In that case, I'd be forced to demote you to a lower position. You have no idea the kind of paperwork that would create. And count on me, Rinko. Keiki watches as Ryota smiles and hands the phone back to him. And the kid puts on a tough deputy face and begins to survey the entrance to the alley. We good? He's on lookout duty. That should keep him busy, for a while. But you better proceed with caution. We're on our way. You're the best. Tell me something I don't already know. Now get down there and find your pal Sosuke. Let's go in there, dude. Let's hop in the fucking manhole cover. Drink some more coffee. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this is dark. This darkness is unnatural. It's advanced darkness. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic, paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Ooh. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up? Right below our feet. Is it like this everywhere? KK goes deeper. The Kagare only increases. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... Yo! Hold the X and trace the shape to clear the sewer of corruption. Okay. Whoa, shit. Oh no, I'm terrible. Okay. We did it, boys. Easy peasy. Cleanses the corruption. Shut up, alright? That was a good trace. All right, I would have killed it on a mouse, but I'm using a controller. I'm gonna play the game on a controller. Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. With the Kagare now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sosuke, is that you? Clearly not. The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish splash, splish splash. Hey you, kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid, this isn't time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out, the tinny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sasuke, but I'm worried he won't. Rinko, oh no. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what the words they might be forming. Hello? Is anyone there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? What does this option do? No, let's see what Erica. Erica, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sasuke wearing a yellow raincoat? The scratch makes it almost impossible to understand. I got you. Watch this. Sosuke! Why doesn't it sound broken up? Okay, I don't like the bit anymore. I don't like the bit. It's about Sosuke. Not. Erica, I can't understand. Sosuke is not what? Not Sosuke. The call cuts out. The phone's going dead in KK's hands. Damn. No screwing around, Sosuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with dead, evil eyes. You're not Sosuke. You're the monster. KK raises his hands and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving monster? Energy surges into KK's hands, green light whining and glowing, charging around his fingertips. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. In that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see the monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to his mouth and... Oh no! A stranger's fingertips lies KK. At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel can turn out to be. The stranger takes something out of and holds it to his hand. An amulet. Though clearly not simply for decoration, it surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. Okay. As the monster's little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Slenderman. For two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Damage a single visitor with wind. Talisman stops visitors from moving. It will be consumed on use. Defensive barrier. Stop them from moving. Your abilities are frozen in place. Only one stun talisman is left. Now that they're frozen in place, Waking from the stun. He's about to fucking... Barry appeared in front of KK. Yeah, get fucked. Barry's broken. And now I'm gonna use my wind, boy. He's done. I'm gonna... Get fucked. And now I'll wind him. I fucking wind him, boys. Thank you. And that should be it. That should kill. You're done. Yo! The fight is now over. The sewer is oddly calm again. Kiki sweeps the space looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, something called a Kifuda. It must be what summoned those things. Kiki reaches out to take a Kifuda down. As his fingertips approach it, the white light. We back in the little ethereal zone? Huh? Rinko? God damn it, Rinko. Erica? This was the start of the thing. KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. The man. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. You're... As KK comes to, he realizes that he was in a tunnel once again. No, still. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole. Not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It's a horrible dream. Stare into the camera for a full minute. Alright, I mean, if that's what you want. Let me get the timer out here.
Yeehaw!
Alright, full minute starting now. Alright.
Yeehaw!
Let's see. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the Kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. Oh shit. At that moment, KK realized he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise the other hand, is it Sosuke? KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. Are you up here, Ed? I recorded something that I would like to share with you. You see, I've never been as comfortable speaking from the heart as others around me. That said, I'm no fool. I can understand what it means to show emotion. I know that it's not something easily captured, no matter how sophisticated the recording. So I deleted it, and I will now do my best to express this directly to you. I am glad that you're okay. Wow, Ed, that's deep. I mean, for you anyway. Yes, thank you for lightening the mood by mocking this moment of vulnerability. Anytime. All of my instruments, devices, software, they tell a story. However, it's just that, a story. Not necessarily the truth. It's an interpretation of the truth. Data is, of course, malleable. And the story that was told to me when we encountered this alleyway today was, I'll just say, rather grim. I'm sorry that I scared you like that. Naturally, I prepared for numerous statistical viable conclusions. However, despite what the numbers tell me, I've never made a plan for carrying on in your absence. Jason playing Dynasty Warriors? I don't know what else to say. I'm flattered, I suppose, that you don't want to believe how likely I am to die. I have backup plans for my backup plans, but you're in them all. Safely below ground, reunited with his team, KK returns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client Ryota. You're never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK suspects nervously as Sosuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down, he just wants to be pet. Jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, all right? Don't be scared. Sosuke loves everyone. Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK, what an adorable Elias. Oh, no, not the actual game. Still got a little over 2 weeks for that. But they did release this little free VN kind of thing. So I figured I'd check it out. But also, how you doing, Clock? Didn't you just go live? Aren't you streaming? An adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by a new short nickname, KK? I suppose that's a fun ring to it. Not quite as formal as the full name. Before we get too sidetracked, let's lead investigation on this one. You've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or falling out these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting the paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Surprised we're helping you out with find that ghost. Almost. It's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his right hand and says, "The case of the cursed manhole. Extermination complete. KK." Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the name KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. Oh, so you didn't know. Chose it for you. That's how I read that, I guess. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like, not like I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. Doesn't matter what anyone calls me, so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who is pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's depression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK is not so bad. Yeah, we did it! Woo! Just over an hour. That's not bad. I guess, give or take 5 or 6 minutes. I am excited to play this game when it comes out. Well, I'll be playing it on the 22nd when I get off. That way, because I bought I pre-ordered the $80 edition, which had a discount when I pre-ordered it the other day. But pre-ordered it so that it didn't come out the same day as Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which I'm also excited for. All right. It's pretty good. Now we know a little bit more about KK, our little ghost friend. But, that was fast. But, you know what? I'm content with that as a stream for today. I'm content. So, let's see who's live. Who's raiding the clock? Who's going to play some Kingdom Hearts? Is he playing DDD? What's he doing? It don't matter. We're raiding to him. I will see you all tomorrow for some more Pokemon with Sean and Zero. That's going to be fun. At least for me. Because I like fucking around. Sean's going to be one who finds out. Anyways, have a good night.